you're over the line or whatever, but you don't see it in the moment. When you get out of your vehicle, you see that you've double parked. You see that you're obstructing a space that someone else can use. That's the part that bothers me, is intentionally you saw it and then kept moving.
Craig Biggio.
Too good for this game.
Batting stance.
Yeah, way too good. Way too good for this. I just got Scott Pozzetnik, Marquise Grissom, John Jaha sent to me. Just throwing that out there.
Jason Kendall.
He may be too good for the game. Great catcher, though.
David
Never wore
Eckstein.
batting gloves, right? We're not sportsmanlike.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
A small business affirmation from Progressive. Food truck owners, today business will be booming. People will love your new menu and not make special orders. You will not roll your eyes when someone calls it a quesadilla. You will also switch to Progressive to get 30 customizable coverage options and restore your inner peace. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Coverage is not available in all states or for all vehicles and covered selections.
Service and savings. It's Woodman's.
Hi, we're the Woodmans. I'm Clint.
I'm Phil, saving you big-time money on breaded chicken.
3-pound bags of select servings chickens. Nuggets, strips, or patties, just $5.99 a bag.
I caramba, hot prices on breaded chicken.
Nuggets, strips, or patties, just $5.99.
Restaurant quality the whole family will love.
Better products, better prices, better service, because we're employee-owned.
And savings. It's Woodman's.
One of the most important concepts in sports is don't drop the ball. Are you dropping the ball with your estate plan? When was it last updated? Have you even done one at all? CSPN Wisconsin's Jason Wilde for Walney Legal Group. There's a lot at stake for you and your family when it comes to wills, trusts, probate, and elder planning. At Walney Legal, that's all they do. Tailored documents. No confusing legal jargon. Just thoughtful guidance. Do the blocking and tackling to protect your family. Start a conversation today at walneylegal.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance, because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Wisconsin, let's talk about something near and dear to my heart. Beer. Specifically, great beer. And if you haven't met Yuengling yet, allow me to introduce you. Yuengling is the oldest brewery in America, founded in Pottsville, PA in 1829. 197 years, 6 generations of family-owned brewing. Do you know how they became America's oldest brewery? By making great beer. This is a real American beer. Smooth, rich, and finally here in Wisconsin. So grab a Yuengling, raise a glass, and celebrate history the way it was meant to be celebrated, by drinking it. Yuengling, the oldest brewery in America. DG Yuengling & Son, Pottsville, PA. Enjoy responsibly.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
You asked, and it's back. The original Cubano fan favorite has returned to Cousin Subs. And if you know, you know. It starts with tender pulled pork, our original recipe, and layers in savory ham, Genoa salami, and melty Swiss, grilled together for that hot, craveable bite. Then topped with fresh onions, tomatoes, pickles, and brown mustard and mayo, all on our signature bread. It's the fan favorite you've been waiting for. The Cubano, back at Cousin Subs, but only for a limited time. Cousin Subs, we believe in better.
If only life had a remote control, you could pause or rewind. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute risk test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
This is Marquette basketball head coach Shaka Smart. You're listening to the home of Golden Eagle basketball, 94.5 ESPN, WKTI, and WKTI HD Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station. Shoot. The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
The Green and Gold locking up Christian Watson to a 4-year, $110.5 million contract. You got me? Read you loud and clear. 10-4, over good, buddy. Can you hear me, Chew?
I can't hear Chew if that means anything.
Yeah, something happened here.
Where the hell is Gabe?
He's right here.
What do you mean he's right here?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear Gabe. Where is Gabe?
Gabe, we're asking where you physically are.
I'm in Beaver Dam.
I didn't know you were in Beaver Dam.
Yeah, I'm in Beaver Dam. I just didn't know if anybody could. Nobody was actually like responding to me on time, so I didn't know if you guys could actually hear me.
No, yeah, I'm here. I can't hear Chew. Chew,
Okay,
can you hear
Chewy's
me?
connection is broken.
Oh, no. Okay, here we go. It's always interesting when I'm in this room all by myself, all by my lonesome. I thought Gabe was over in the TMJ4 studios. I was like, man, they're keeping him a long time today. All right, Gabe, let's talk Christian Watson while Joshy efforts getting Chew back with us. I saw a reaction yesterday saying that the Green Bay Packers overpaid for Christian Watson, and I don't think there could be anything further from the truth. When Christian Watson has been healthy on the field, he has been an enormous difference maker. He adds a totally different dynamic to that offense. We were looking for a guy who could be in case of emergency, break glass. We always pointed to like the Devontae Adams for Aaron Rodgers, et cetera, et cetera. To me, Christian Watson is the straw that stirs the Kool-Aid of this offense. And when he's been healthy, and I know that that's a big caveat, but when he's been healthy, he has been the guy. He has been lightning on the field. And for that reason, I am not only perfectly content giving Christian Watson this money, I think that they had to give Christian Watson this money, Gabe.
Well, I mean, we kind of already knew, right, that the basis for his contract, we had talked about it when Alec Pierce signed his contract with the Indianapolis Colts. All right, if Christian Watson's agent is any good at his job, that's like the starting bid. That's where they're going to start. And it ended up being very similar. The only difference being Alec Pierce got a lot more guarantees. So I think the Packers built themselves in outs. The $31 million, it seems like the $31 million signing bonus is the only guarantee. Because every agent wants to always get the guarantees out there. So the fact that there's not more, guarantees that have been put out there by, the different guys, our guy like Shefty or Ian Rappaport or people like that makes me think, okay, the $31 million is the only guarantee. So the Packers basically are going to pay as they go on this thing, which, by the way, this thing doesn't even kick in until 2027 because he's still under contract for 2026. So they've got him for 5 years. You fold that in, it's basically a 5-year, $100 million deal. And they built themselves in outs in case the injuries keep creeping up. And yeah, this is the going rate for a really good wide receiver. And you're big, fast, and as physical as Christian Watson can be, this is what the going rate ends up being. So this is not an overpay. This is paying what something is worth while also giving yourself outs in case it doesn't work out.
So here's what I like about it. We talk about consistency. We talk about knowing who your guys are. We have talked in the past about how we thought it was going to be a benefit for the Green Bay Packers to have all of these wide receivers, all of these options, a buffet of options when it came to who Jordan Love could throw the ball to. And it hasn't really worked out where they were a top-tier offense or they were achieving their goals of making a deep run in the postseason. LOL, a Lombardi. So now what this tells me is that they want to have specified roles. They want to know who their guys are, Gabe. They want to be able to say, our core of pass catchers is Christian Watson, Jayden Reed, Matthew Golden, Tucker Kraft. And if other guys can be sprinkled in occasionally, like the paprika on your deviled eggs, if you will, fine. But they're not going to be a main ingredient. Christian Watson is going to be a main ingredient. He's going to be featured in this offense. And that, I think, should give Packers fans a lot of confidence, a lot of calm, because that type of consistency with your offense is how the good teams have gotten it done, right? The Green Bay Packers were trying to break the mold when they said, well, look at all these guys that we can throw the ball to. And we saw that experiment didn't work. So this, to me, Gabe, is them saying, actually, these are the few guys we're going to throw the ball to move the chains down the field.
I think having that consistency, and we talked about it at length the last couple of years, Jen, I think it's just, harder to call plays when you don't know who's consistently going to be on the field for you because you're rotating guys in and out. And if you want to do the hot hand thing, now suddenly, that changes your game plan, right? Like, you go in and you're thinking, oh, Romeo's going to be the guy in this game. Oh, but the hot hand ends up being Dontavian Wicks. So now we have to, it's 3rd and 6, and instead of calling the play I thought we were going to, well, now we got to get the ball to Dontavian, and now I have to call this play. Having clear, defined roles, as we learned, Matt LaFleur talked about this offseason, right? Like, people were unhappy with their roles because presumably they did not define them for the wide receiver room. They assumed somebody would step up, and they just needed to go, no, you're the guy, you're 2, you're 3, you're 4, and however they want to do it. So, yes, by getting rid of Romeo Doubs, Dontavian Wicks, there's going to be a clear pecking order. And I think, is going to unlock more of this offense. I think it's going to, how much do we talk about, Jen? Like the chemistry for Jordan Love and how important that is to have this with his receivers. Well, again, by trying to do the hot hand thing that they've done the last couple of years, like, oh, somebody will step up and somebody will be having a good game. Like, having that chemistry, there's a reason why Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams were so damn good. Because Devontae was on the field all the time. Aaron knew who he could trust. So Christian's going to be on the field all the time. Jayden Reed's going to be on the field all the time. Matthew Golden's going to be on the field all the time. Tucker was already on the field, but I think they actually realized how to use him prior to his injury last year. So I think that's going to take this offense to another level because it's going to make it easier for everyone knowing what their roles are, knowing what specific plays are going to work in specific situations. I think it goes back to dumbing down things. Maybe that's the wrong way to put it, but going back to the year one mentality for Matt LaFleur.
Back to basics, as they have kind of alluded to. All right, so let's address the elephant in the room.
Yeah, dumbing down is too negative. Yeah, that's on me.
Well, dumbing down is when you think someone's not smart enough to comprehend. So you're like, let me dumb it down for you, right? Like, let me see if I can put this into terms and phrases that you can understand. Sometimes people do that for me, but it's neither here nor there. Chewy is going to join the show. They are efforting his connection. We will let you know when Chewy is joining. If you're watching on the YouTube stream, it is fascinating stuff. We are actually watching Joshy and Chewy in real time on the stream, trying to figure out how to get his connection going. Let's address the elephant in the room. The big criticism of Christian Watson has, of course, been the injuries and the availability, okay? And I said during his first year in the league, and I got a lot of pushback. I got a lot of vitriol for it. Oh, maybe there's a difference between playing in the NFL and playing against Mountain West competition, right? Because Christian Watson famously went to North Dakota State, and we talked about how they're not playing the top tier. They're not playing the elite. I could probably count on both hands the number of Mountain West Conference players who made it to the NFL or who were drafted in the league, not counting, free agents and whatnot, non-drafted free agents. And so Christian Watson wasn't playing the top-tier talent in college, rather. And people pushed back on that, and they thought that was a in poor taste reaction to some of the challenges he faced early. But to his credit, Gabe, man, this is a guy who put the work in, right? Once he realized that he needed to increase his strength, once he realized there was a different level of physicality to make it in the league, all of a sudden it was like it clicked for him. And I think you want to look at the most recent seasons when it comes to Christian Watson and say, okay, he was up against it. It was going to be an uphill battle for a guy, even of his athletic caliber and stature, to be able to jump into the league and to be able to immediately go toe-to-toe with guys from the SEC, guys from these power conferences, the Big Ten, who are playing a much different brand of football every Saturday in college, right? Like, I know that there are people out there who were like, oh, my God, what a horrible way to assess Christian Watson. Well, it's the reality, okay? It's different between the power conferences and the other conferences. But what I want to highlight here, Gabe, is to his credit, he put the work in to make sure that from a physical standpoint, he could go out there every Sunday and go toe-to-toe with the top talent in the league. And I think he deserves a lot of credit for that.
So at 6'4", what was our biggest criticism of Christian his first, I would even say his first 3 years?
Can't guess.
At least my biggest criticism was, man,
There
you're
he is.
6'4",
Good
and
to-
like 50-50
Good
balls
morning,
aren't
Chewy.
50-50.
Gabe's grounded. Gabe, you had to screw the whole thing up because you have to play golf. You stole my connection. I'm now on TMJ Brick.
You've got 1,000 connections. Yeah, you got 1,000 connections. Figure it out.
Okay, what are
Figure
we
it
talking
out,
about?
man. Take some
Christian
accountability.
Watson?
What do you
Look
mean,
yourself
what are
in
we
the mirror.
talking about? Like, you haven't been able to
Put your
hear
big
us
boy
the whole
pants
time.
on.
No, I haven't. Gabe's fault.
hasn't.
Gabe should have to do 20 push-ups at the break.
Sure.
Chewy,
All right,
we were just
Christian
talking
Watson.
about Christian Watson. Yes. getting
Great
the contract.
signing.
What do you
Great
think? Who do you think I
signing.
am, Strofe? That 20 push-ups is a punishment? What are we doing?
I wanted to be Willie Joe High School.
I'm confused about that as well. 20
I wanted
push-ups
to
for
be
Gabe
Willie Joe
feels
High
like
School.
child's play.
Here's the deal. It's a good signing. Okay. They got him a little bit on the cheap.
Yeah.
If he goes out and has a good year, he's going to make more than what he got. So it was overall, I think, a very good signing. You know, I think he showed enough last year where he's going to get better. I mean, the injuries are a concern. But the fact that he only got $31 million in guaranteed money
Jen, Gabe, and Chew.
is what we believe. And I was talking to you guys in the production meeting. It's Willow Bay, Jen. You just got to accept it.
I love
It is.
that every time there's a gremlin on the show now, Chewy says, oh, it's Widow's Bay.
Yeah.
Widow's Bay. You called it Willow's Bay, which is hilarious.
Widow's
but yes,
Bay, it's-
Widow's Bay.
So I think it was a good signing for both sides. And I was going to say, I just don't understand why these guys let the Packers have outs. Because if you look at Pierce's contract, and I don't know what it is, and he's the comp to Christian Watson, I guaranteed he got more guaranteed money than Christian Watson did. And I just don't know why they do that.
$84 million, Chew, in total guarantees. 84 for Alec Pierce.
I don't know. And we don't know the details of the contract yet, but we assume that it's 31 guaranteed. So I don't know. I mean, it's good for the Packers, which is what we all want.
Well, and Chew, to your point, like, yes, he got better. Like, the biggest criticism we had for Christian Watson was being 6'4", 50 balls, like, felt like they were 20-80 the other way, right? Like, he just didn't quite know how to use that frame against NFL corners. And the catch I constantly think about in terms of growth for Christian Watson was against the Giants last year, back right corner of the end zone, high ball, guy on his hip, goes up, gets it, touchdown, Packers win. Like, that's the type of play that a wide receiver one makes. And now he's making wide receiver one money. If you extrapolate out, I know he was injured at the beginning of last year, but like, to Jen's point, credit to him, he stayed healthy for all 10 games outside of the brief hospital stay that he had to have out in Denver. He bounced back. He played all 10 games last year, and you take his yards per game, you extrapolate that over a full season, and he's a 1,000-yard guy. So he's shown he can produce at that level. He just now has to do it for an entire season because that's what they're paying him to do.
Housekeeping here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Ryan from McGuanago says he didn't even play in the Mountain West. Totally correct. And, of course, that is a conference realignment issue by me. I was thinking North Dakota State, which is currently in the Mountain West, but did look it up. When he was there, they were in the Missouri Valley Football Conference. Sorry, I became a victim of conference realignment in college football. But, yes, I think the point still stands. Missouri Valley Football Conference, not the SEC, not the Big Ten, not the power conferences. And I do want to make sure that we give credit where credit is due when it comes to how he was able to evolve his game. And to your point, Gabe, his physicality to be able to become one of the top tier, highest paid receivers in the NFL. Lots of conversations off of the Christian Watson signing. We will get to them all this morning. We have Jason Wilde. We have Craig Karmazin at a new time today. Just for today, but a new time today. Lots of stuff for us to get to. We'll bop all around the sports world as Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
We've got delays along southbound 41 starting at about Appleton Avenue all the way down to the Capitol Drive area. Northbound's backing up just north of North Avenue up past Burleigh close to Capitol Drive. Westbound 94 backing up out of the stadium to Hawley Road. Eastbound out of the stadium to 35th Street. Other than that, wet roads, obviously, so make sure you have your headlights on. But overall, we're looking pretty good. Traffic is brought to you by Fisco Auto Body. Call Fisco Auto Body to help with all body repair needs. Fisco, Fisco, Fisco. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, showers and storms likely, a high of 78. Tonight, isolated showers or storms, partly cloudy otherwise, a low of 63. Weather is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single items to full properties. Upfront pricing, no hidden fees. Visit BadgerlandJunk.com. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
With Wilde and Tausch, you won't miss a play.
Yeah, coaching matters a lot, and we've fallen short. Those are the facts. Matt LaFleur's on the clock, man. And I know he got an extension, but I'll say this. If they revert and don't get better, you're evaluated on your results.
Presented by Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin.
Everybody knows, it's championship or bust. That is what Green Bay is. And unfortunately, we've had 15 years of bust.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on 94.5 ESPN. ESPN Milwaukee's YouTube channel and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
$998 buys you a magnificent diamond solitaire engagement ring at Kessler's.
A solid gold mounting shows off a big, beautiful diamond, 3/4 of a carat. Glitter, twinkle, sparkle.
This is the definitive diamond solitaire engagement ring.
You can choose a round diamond, radiant, marquise, or oval.
3/4 of a carat. Any shape you want.
Any color of gold you want.
A 1-carat solitaire is just $1,498.
Ask to see the Evermore engagement rings at Kessler's.
You're going to be ecstatic about the color, clarity, and cut of your diamond.
Evermore.
Each of these diamonds was lovingly created in the heart of a miniature star.
Your diamond will remain.
Evermore.
Your diamond was born about the time you fell in love.
You will be in love.
Evermore.
Your diamond has been waiting patiently for you to see it, love it, and choose it.
Don't keep it waiting. Come to Kessler's.
To find the Kessler's nearest you, visit KesslersDiamonds.com.
Hey, Tom, I just really can't get my kids off their phones lately. What's your secret, man?
I told you last time, go to PrecisionSportsOnline.com and buy a hoop. And while you're there, include their court line painting. You'll thank me later. PrecisionSportsOnline.com. That's PrecisionSportsOnline.com.
Looking for your next unforgettable night out in Milwaukee? Step into Upper Bar, where the city lights meet the river's edge and every evening feels like an occasion. Perched above the Milwaukee River with sweeping downtown views, Upper Bar is your stylish escape to the heart of the city. Sip handcrafted cocktails, explore curated wines, and share flavorful bites made for good company. Whether you're meeting friends, starting your night, or just chasing the view, you'll find it all here. Upper Bar. Elevated evenings right in the center of it all. Visit upperbarmke.com to learn more.
I started our landscaping company, Brett Ochtenhagen's Seasonal Services, in 1994. We have other businesses, a trucking company, investment properties, and we board and raise quarter horses. I met Chris from Horicon Bank over 20 years ago, and we really hit it off. A few years back, we made our largest capital commitment ever. Chris understood our vision, supported it, and 5 years later, our annual equipment maintenance costs are down, and our fleet is amazing. Chris and Horicon Bank helped make that happen.
Horicon Bank, together doing good for 130 years. Member FDIC.
Don't you wish your life came with a warning app?
That dog does not want to be petted.
Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its Prediabetes Awareness Partners.
Ready, down, put. All Packers, all the time.
He was a field-tilting player, and the reason why Gabe and many others are so concerned is that This guy's on the field. He changes the offensive dynamic. They are a different offense when he is there.
Okay, most of the time.
You know, Homer calls Matt LaFleur soft all the time. Matt LaFleur is like Vince Lombardi compared to me.
It's Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Jason Wilde on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Exterior Pros. Ready to tackle your home improvement project? Exterior Pros and Baths is giving $3,000 off roofing, siding, windows, or bath remodels this month. Visit extpros.com.
The Christian Watson news broke after Jen, Gabe, and Chewy yesterday, so this will be our first opportunity to hear from Jason Wilde on it. Good morning, Jason. Your reaction to the deal the Green Bay Packers gave Christian Watson yesterday?
Could be a nice bargain if he plays the way he is certainly capable of playing. Did I hear a rumor that Gabe is in Beaver Dam?
Mm-hmm.
Certainly is.
That is correct, sir, yes.
I am passing Beaver Dam right now, so I will honk the horn on my way by.
I'll wave. Hopefully you can see me.
That's for you.
So, Jason, what did you think? You think it's going to be a bargain if he stays healthy?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was a little surprised by how many people that weren't Bears fans, who obviously love to get after Packers fans, but I was a little surprised, maybe even more than a little surprised, how many people didn't like this deal. Like, he's like the 16th highest paid based on average per year, which we know is not a great way to measure contracts. The Packers historically don't give a lot of guaranteed money beyond signing bonuses. And so if $31 million is about what he gets guaranteed, you know, there's probably some base salaries that are guaranteed, which are, I mean, they don't need to be guaranteed because you're not going to cut him after signing him to this deal, but whether they're officially guaranteed or not, he's going to get those. I'm guessing they protected themselves with some in game-by-game active roster bonuses of being, you know, active on game day. It's just both him and Reed feel like guys that it's like the old days, like back when Chewy was playing, where they paid guys early and guys took less than they definitely could have gotten had they gambled, stayed healthy, and hit the market because they wanted security. And I told you guys that story earlier in the week about my conversation with Reed and about how I basically said, dude, you could have gotten way more than what you took. And he agreed. But after going through what he went through last season with the Jones fracture and the broken collarbone, he wanted to have that security and that protection in case something like that happened again. And I'm guessing Watson had kind of the same mentality. So I was really surprised how many people reacted negatively. Like, the cost of doing business for a number one wide receiver, I just wonder if those are the same people that complain about how much Jordan Love gets paid, because, you know, if Jordan Love is a good to very good quarterback, but I wonder how they view the $55 million a year that he averages. Do they see that as just the cost of doing business, or do they complain about that too? It's almost like for some of these people, it's their money. I just don't get it.
Jason, why do these players do this? I mean, the comp to Watson was Pierce from Indy, and his guaranteed money, Gabe, is at 87 or 84, and Watson's taking 31.
84.
Like, what are
84
you doing? Are these guys
with 60 guaranteed at signing?
Yeah.
Like, what?
Right.
What are you doing? Are you not gambler? Because I was a gambler. I was gambled on myself. You know, it just
yeah. Well,
like,
you got to know when to hold them. When to fold them there, Kenny Rogers. It's a great question. And I look again. You might have been the gambler who would have bet on himself. I'm these guys, right? Like, and let's remember too that in both of these guys' cases, they're not first-round picks, right? Watson was a second. Reed was a third. Those guys did not break the bank with their rookie contracts. This is, for them, life-changing second contract money from a team that, let's be honest, I mean, when Gutey's up there saying 1.5 draft picks per draft, getting a second contract, like, they are draft and replace. And these guys, by taking less, are at least getting that guarantee, right? And it is a game-changing amount. So, yeah, I don't blame them. I would be the same way. But I totally agree with you. Like, and that was, you know, I don't write columns per se very often. I don't like to be super opinionated because I always feel like people that are beat writers that are super opinionated sometimes allow that to impact the way they cover the team. Like they have that kind of confirmation bias. But this felt to me like two guys that the Packers could, like, I remember Jordy Nelson, his second contract, I guess it would be his second contract. Like, he outperformed it like 4 games into the season. Right? And he never came back to the negotiating table or anything like that. Like, I just feel like these guys both, by the end of the season, and again, if they stay healthy, which, by the way, is kind of crappy to do to those guys, because nobody was saying about Micah Parsons when he got his $188 million contract, if he stays healthy, which, by the way, he tore his ACL after 12 games. But if these guys stay healthy, I think we're going to be looking at both of them and saying, Packers did pretty good for themselves. They got a bargain for some high-quality guys that they did not pay top dollar for.
Well, Jason, they are gambling on themselves, but they're gambling the wrong way because he's saying, okay, in my second or third year, I know I got only guaranteed $31 million. I'm going to make you're just giving them an out to cut you. You know?
You are. On the flip side, I would, and again, I have not looked at, I didn't go back and look at Reed's contract last night because I don't know how you guys get up this damn early. I am struggling, and it's only 7:27. But, like, I didn't go back and look at Reed's contract last night, but I would guess that both him and Watson have significant roster bonuses in a year or two in March, which the Packers, assuming those guys play the way I think they will convert to signing bonus to spread out the cost, and they'll get that money right away. I'm guessing that's kind of how it'll operate, at least in Watson's deal for sure. So, again, you're right. It pains me. It's been happening a lot lately on this show. It concerns me greatly, but Chewy, I couldn't agree with you more.
Thanks, buddy.
So Jason, as Jason Wilde joins us on the England Guest Hotline, did Brian Gutekunst and Russ Ball learn a lesson from the Davante Adams situation? Because Davante went out, had an all-pro season, and they went, great, do it again before we pay you. Christian Watson, and again, I want to make this clear. I am a fan of this signing, and if you extrapolate what he did last year, he's a 1,000-yard guy. He just started behind the 8 ball because he was coming off of the ACL. So did they learn a lesson like, hey, let's just make sure we get these deals done so it doesn't get to a point of contentiousness and this guy's going into a walk year and he decides he's going to exercise that option to walk? Did they learn a lesson there?
I would hope so. Now, again, one of my, and maybe this is why after Gutey and I had a great relationship before he was GM, I think he has much better relationships with other beat writers because I would argue I'm a little more critical of him. And look, I say this as someone who is married to someone who is not good at admitting when they're wrong and has one of his 2 children who is not good at admitting that they're wrong. Sydney and I stand in solidarity, believing that it's okay to admit when you're wrong or you made a mistake. Gutey doesn't do that, right? Like he just doesn't. And I don't think he would ever say to you, and certainly not to me, yeah, we learned a lesson. Like Davante, should have spent his entire career in Green Bay. We should have extended him in 21, and he would have outplayed that contract that season in a huge way, and we'd have been talking about him the way we talked about Jordy. Hey, well, we got a bargain for this dude. This guy's going to be a gold jacket. He's going to spend his whole career here. I don't think he would ever admit that. I just don't, and that's fine. He gets to take the approach he wants to take, but I don't know, man. Like I would certainly hope he would think that way, but he would never admit to it. But this is, I think that's a really astute point, Gabe, and I would view it that way, and clearly you view it that way, but I don't think he views it that way.
All right, Jason, we got to let you go. We got Craig Karmazin coming up on the show, but we appreciate you taking the time. Safe travels out there. Is it raining by you?
It was. It's going to start raining again based on my extensive meteorological looking out my windshield. So it's going to be a rainy day, but get to Craig on time. He's kind of a big deal, you know.
Jason Wilde joins our show 3 times a week. Thank you, Jason.
All right, everybody, take care. Be good.
All right, we'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. We'll get to Craig Karmazin. It would appear as though Tucker Kraft is the next domino to fall, right? I mean, I think we've heard reports that they're trying to get that extension done, and maybe even before camp, if you believe some of the information that is out there. We'll talk about that and more as the show rolls on. For 70 years, Geiss has been the trusted garage authority in Wisconsin. Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geiss today. They got brands like CHI and LiftMaster, doors for every budget, and they'll even build you a custom design to meet your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, don't think twice. Call Geiss. GeissDoors.com, GEISDoors.com, GEISDoors.com.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Well, it's wet. We got southbound on 41 just tightening up a bit right past Capitol Drive. Northbound's doing pretty well, too, from North Avenue up past Burleigh almost to Capitol Drive, but that's pretty much it in that neck of the woods. We've also got westbound 94 tightening up a bit from 27th Street to Holly Road, eastbound coming out of the Stadium interchange to 27th Street, and northbound on 94. We've got delays from about Rawson Avenue up past Drexel. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, showers and storms likely, a high of 78. Tonight, isolated showers or storms, partly cloudy otherwise, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Your brand doesn't need more square footage.
It needs more wow.
When you work with Captivate exhibits, trade show booths become magnets. Lobbies become living stories. Break rooms become culture builders.
Captivate creates experiences people don't just see, they feel.
For more than 30 years, their award-winning team has transformed big ideas into bold brand moments that command attention and drive results.
Stop blending in.
Start captivating.
Visit CaptivateExhibits.com.
Planning a high-level event shouldn't feel overwhelming.
I'm Tiara Gomez, founder of Events by Design. For over 25 years, we've helped companies turn complex, high-pressure events into seamless, unforgettable experiences. When trying to engage your team and pull off something meaningful, the details matter. From concept to execution, we design every event so it reflects your vision and delivers real impact. No missed moments, just refined experiences people will remember. Let's start designing today. Search online, Events by Design.
Bayview, the Pig, is back. Piggly Wiggly on Oklahoma Avenue is completely remodeled, better than ever, and throwing a grand reopening you won't want to miss. Join us Saturday, June 6th for live music, free samples, and amazing deals all day long. Fresh new look, same friendly faces. Same locally owned Piggly Wiggly you've always loved, now with a new assortment, expanded produce, and revamped bakery and deli.
Hey, better. Swing into Potawatomi Casino Hotel, Milwaukee for the $300,000 Big League Series. Just play with your rewards card over 3 months to earn entries. Here's the lineup. Leading off April, on deck May, in the hole June. All monthly entries you earn will roll into drawings on Friday, June 26th, where you could win cash, free play, or one of 3 new Toyota vehicles. It's the $300,000 Big League Series, only at Potawatomi. More info online. Must be 21 and a rewards member to play.
It's Friday, and that means it's time to check in with GKB President Craig Karmazin.
Has any market been as consistent where they only have one team than Wisconsin? We know Chicago hasn't been.
No.
Fridays with Mo.
Yeah, but until you win a championship, you can't really say that. And they've had one champion.
Chewy, we're going to just create an AI. The AI Chewy can just bring up championship. We don't even need Chewy.
They've had one championship.
What, is going to be put like a hologram over there?
Yeah.
Craig Karmazin on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy is brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy, creative content, and winning campaigns. From websites to video and everything marketing, visit SaturnLounge.com to tell the world your story.
We appreciate our friends over at Saturn Lounge bringing us Craig Karmazin each and every Friday. Where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? Craig, where are you today?
I am on the Riverwalk getting ready for Game 2 of the NBA Finals.
Who do you like in this finals?
I mean, I don't know that I'm totally allowed to say that, but I really like the New York Knicks. I am
shocking.
I am so excited to see what they've done, how they've built their team. And as someone who grew up a Knicks fan, but more importantly, as Chewy knows, I root with my wallet, and we are partnered with the New York Knicks. It's been just an absolutely exciting run.
So why are you in San Antonio if Game 2 is in New York? I'm a little confused.
Game 2 is in San Antonio, so that is why I'm here.
What, they beat them at home?
Yeah, they beat them the first 2 games. The Spurs had the better record than the Knicks, so the Spurs.
So that's why you're in.
Stay hot, buddy. 1 and 2.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good, insightful question. Now I like that.
If you were completely uninformed.
Before Chewy pivots to something else.
That was a really insightful question, Craig. You're right.
Because I thought I had tickets to Game 3
Have you
and
seen
4.
Wemby in person yet?
Choose like, so why are you not in Oklahoma City for the finals if they are playing in the finals? Well, it's because they lost to the Spurs. Seeing Wemby in person is something that, like, it doesn't get old because I think it's more like, it's not like just, you get over, like, his body and seeing him, but, like, there are 4 to 5 things that happen every game where you're like, it's not supposed to happen. And it could just be like a tip in. It could be that he contests a shot that you don't think he would. It could be that a player, like, that there's like a 2-on-1 fast break and they just like turn around and decide not to even try. Like, there are just things that happen that, like, you've never seen in your life, and you're guaranteed to see not just like 1 or 2 of them. Like, it happens like at least 5 times every time you see him play. Just things that you've never seen in your life.
Could he be top 3 players ever? I know it's early, but the dude can just do things that are so weird.
You know, he his goal is to end all the debates, right? Like there's all the GOAT debates. Like he has the mentality and he has the physical makeup where if he can stay healthy, he legitimately has the possibility. You know, he will be 22 when the season starts next year. And, you know, he will have already been to an NBA Finals, regardless of if they win. You know, he is so ahead of schedule versus anybody. And the beauty of what they have is, you know, he is 22. Stephon Castle, who was the Rookie of the Year last year, is 21, and he has proven himself in this NBA playoffs. And their second best player is Dylan Harper, who is going to be 20 years old when next season starts. So this team is going to be together for a long time. And whether they win or not, you know, I mean, I have discussed, I think there's a chance that we could be looking at 7 or 8 years from now saying, like, should we allow AI robots to play in the NBA to be able to compete with Wemby because there's no one who can handle him.
Our conversations with Craig brought to you by Saturn Lounge. Reach out to Saturn Lounge to tell the world your story. The Brewers seemingly keep getting brought up, Craig, in rumors for trades, and we're still, 2 months away basically from the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. Yesterday, I think it was Jeff Passan. I mean, we've talked about Tarek Skubal, but now Brian Buxton up in Minneapolis. Like, he might be a guy that could be on the move if the Twins continue to struggle. Do you think the Brewers, with all these prospects that they have, make a splash move at some point this summer?
Yes, but I think they make a move that makes a splash on the field. I'm not sure it's the move that makes the splash when it's announced, right? Which I think Buxton would, Skubal would. So I'm not saying it's that level, but I believe, and I've been saying this, that they will make a move and they will make an impactful move. I just don't, because I trust the front office so much. Like, it may be one of those moves where, like, when it happens, they're like, okay, he's like a guy, he's like a player who can contribute, but it ends up being a splash move. So I don't know that it's one of those two guys like that. I mean, those are major guys we're talking about, and I think the Brewers are so disciplined around things, but they are deep enough in the front office, in the minor league system, that there will be a move, and it will be an impactful move that impacts this postseason, assuming they get there, which I know we all count on.
Joined by Craig Karmazin now on the Yingling Hotline. All right, so yesterday the big news was the Christian Watson 4-year, $110+ million extension. Some of the fan base is split, good deal versus overpay. We put it on the Infinity Exteriors Twitter poll. You can weigh in on that. Craig, I like that they are streamlining this offense. I like that, as opposed to, we have all these options. Who are we going to throw to? Let's spin the wheel. It is Watson, Reed, Golden, Kraft, and then whoever they decide, Josh Jacobs in the running game. Do you like the move for the Green Bay Packers, or are you concerned about his injury history?
I think both, right? Like, I mean, don't you have to be both? I mean, I don't know how you can ignore the injury history, but you can't also ignore the talent when he's on the field. And when you look at what wide receivers are paid in the league, it seems like it's the answer. So, I think through the other moves they made, you felt like it was starting to shake out, and instead of having like 5 number 2s or whatever they've had for the last, it's felt like something like that for the last few years. I guess it, just by paying people, we've decided what the order of the receivers are, and Watson, when healthy, has always clearly proven that he is the most physically gifted. I mean, I think Reed may end up being the most reliable when, if he could stay healthy, but I think it all makes sense, and I think it's great for them. I just don't think just because he's getting paid as a number 1 doesn't mean he's going to be healthy for 17 games all of a sudden.
Where do you think they'll fall when ESPN or whoever does it ranks the skilled positions throughout the league? Quarterback,
well, do they have
receivers,
a running back?
Tight end, and yeah, he'll be fine.
Are we saying, so we're saying Jacobs, if Jacobs is part of that group,
mm-hmm. Are they top 10 or no?
I think they have to be, right? Because I think tight end is top, is top 10, tight end top 6 or 7 maybe, and quarterback is top 8 or 9. I think we would say. and then running back is top 8 to 10, maybe 7 to 10. And so the receivers, I think, would probably be seen still as like maybe 17, 18. But I think if you have 3 of the 4 of those up there, I think that's about, top 10-ish, skill position.
Is that good enough
I guess
to get
I wouldn't
it
be
done?
shocked, Chew. Well, Chew, I think they might rank, and not that I agree with this, but if you're asking how ESPN sees it, I wouldn't be shocked if they if we're just talking about skill, like running back, wide receiver, tight end. I think ESPN might rank them last in the division.
Over the Bears, though, Gabe, no?
Yeah. That's the only one that I think they're not going to be behind. Again, I'm not saying I disagree. I agree with that because I disagree with it, but certainly behind the Vikings and Lions, and they might be behind the Bears is how people from the outside, kind of how the people out on the outside always underrate the Brewers. I think people are going to underrate this wide receiving core.
I would agree. Yeah, I see your point.
I do too, because I feel like almost everybody's like, if we went through it, I feel like general consensus would probably be there's over 20 other number ones that are ahead of Watson right now today, right? Like if we're saying he's a number one, I don't think in NFL rating circles they would say he's a top 20 number one. So Gabe, you might be right. I could see them ending up dropping to middle of the pack just because they don't have that number one that would be a consensus.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this guy's a perennial, Pro Bowler when the alternates even get called out. And, because Watson hasn't been close to that, right?
Our chats with Craig Carmison brought to you by Saturn Lounge, your partner for marketing strategy and creative content. Craig, we put out a social media video asking who the biggest star in Wisconsin sports is. What's your answer to that question?
That was nonsense. That was so silly.
Why?
I actually watched that. You guys all saying that Miz is the biggest. That's great, and that's optimistic, and that's fun.
I didn't say that.
Giannis. Jen was right. It's clearly Giannis. There's no debate on that. It's not even close. That may change in the next few weeks, obviously, but Giannis is
You're
running
crazy. You're
championships in
crazy.
Milwaukee.
You're crazy. Brett's higher than Giannis, for crying out loud. It's the Bucks. Come on. This is a football state. Gabe has a point with Jordan Love.
Jordan Love.
I'll give you a little kudos, the fact that we're doing this in June, but if you do this in September, give me a break.
If Jordan Love walks down the street in Milwaukee, there are 8 of the 10 people who still don't know who he is without a jersey.
How about if they all walk in their uniform?
Because that happens.
Because you're not going to top 7-1 or whatever Giannis is. You're not going to top that. Okay?
That would be awesome, by the way.
Yes.
That would be awesome.
Just
bright
Miz,
sarangs wearing
Giannis, and
stockings.
Jordan.
If they're just walking around wearing the cleats, and they're all just walking together.
I was willing to give you
AI.
two not knowing where the NBA Finals were for Game 2. I am not willing to give you not knowing how tall Giannis Antetokounmpo is, okay?
7.
He might be right. He might he's not listed at 7 feet, but he could be.
No, he's
7'1".
not.
Who knows?
He's listed at 6'11".
Well, yeah, so is
Right,
Kevin
but he may
Durant,
be
but Kevin
7'1".
Durant just doesn't want to be a 7-footer, so.
Yeah, and Gilbert was 340. Come on.
Why would basketball players lie about their height? You just mentioned one example of Kevin Durant, but other than
Because
that,
they don't want to, Jen, because they don't want to be centers. That's why. No one wants to be a center.
who's trying to make
It's
Giannis
like
a
no
center,
one,
guys?
Jen, wants to be. No one wants to be known
We've
as
seen
a
Giannis
blocking
in the
tight
paint,
end.
guys. It's okay. There's enough data out there. We're not trying to make Giannis a center in the league. Don't worry.
The biggest knock was he's a good blocking tight end. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it.
Hey, you were the best. You weren't a good
Yeah, I
blocking
know,
tight end.
great.
You were the best blocking tight end in the league. Chew.
Wonderful.
There's a difference.
Yeah.
I'll give you Jordan Love in uniform because anyone in the Packers uniform, I get that, but I still think I mean, in Milwaukee, in uniform, Giannis is the biggest star. It's still not even close at this point.
Giannis couldn't get a seat at the taco place that I'm not going to name and give free advertising to.
I will say this.
Yeah,
Gabe goes
good
to that
pop,
well. Gabe goes to that well
Yes.
every time we have a conversation about Giannis and his superstardom.
Because again, Gruber's the biggest star. And if we're talking about the most recognizable person in Milwaukee, it's Gruber.
That's not how
Hands
it was
down.
presented, right? Like, again, my point on the video was all of these teams in the NBA are trying to get Giannis on their team. They're putting packages together to get him on their team. That's why he's the biggest star in sports in Wisconsin right now.
I think he's the biggest star because when they all walk in their jerseys, which we will set up, I think we know everyone well enough. I think we can do this in the next week. I know Jordan's had enough paternity leave time. We will organize this, and we'll have are they all walking to the taco place, Gabe, to see who gets free tacos? Is that how we decide who's the those?
I think that's a fair way to decide it, Craig. That's a fair way to decide it.
Then you got to do it in Crivets, where it's not even close. It's not even close.
Still
Those people
think
are
Giannis.
Packer insane.
I still think Giannis.
Ooh. At Crivets, it's interesting. In jerseys, in Crivets. Now, Crivets, are we not dealing with Illinois people who are coming up to Crivets? Like, this isn't a resort town of Crivets, right? This is the locals in Crivets.
Yeah, because I think they hate Jordan Love in Chicago more than anything. So they would know.
All right. Well, but Miz is not. I mean, Chewy, there's no way it's Miz.
I don't know, man.
Crivets,
Miz is hot.
Dude, he's
only
awesome.
getting bigger.
What he's doing is insane. I mean, it's incredible, and he's like on the field, off the field. There's nothing you don't like about the guy, but he hasn't won a championship yet.
Craig,
he's
you
not
know
Giannis.
the only reason I picked Miz. Anybody?
Despite Craig?
Because he's Polish.
Because you like saying.
He loves borscht. Ask him. Jen, he loves it.
I'll ask him. Just because he's a ski, huh? All right.
Yep.
You know how many times I've run out of gas? It's a lot. So I can tell when a segment is sputtering, which this one is. Craig, we got to let you go, man. Have a great day.
When the borscht talk starts, that's the sign.
All right, time to cruise into the exit and hope there's a gas station.
Hit him straight, Gabe. Go Knicks.
Safe travels to you, Craig. Enjoy the game tonight, and we will talk to you again soon.
Thank y'all. Have a good weekend.
All right. We've enjoyed having Professional Construction Inc. help us with our home projects. My husband and I are not the most handy people. We can handle the little things around our house, but we need help with the big things. And this past week, PCI was out at our house. We had a door in our daughter's bathroom. We needed it converted to a window, and it is glorious. It is beautiful. All that natural light coming in now, and we couldn't have done it without our friends over at PCI. And guys, they are hiring skilled carpenters. So if you know someone who cares about their craft and wants to be a part of the PCI team, let them know. Send them over to the website, professionalconstructioninc.com. Click on the careers tab to join their fabulous team.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
You may know someone with multiple sclerosis, but you may not know what their day-to-day reality is really like. MS affects nearly 1 million people in the U.S., impacting far more than mobility. MS can affect vision, thinking, energy, and daily life, often in ways others don't see or understand. This MS Awareness Week, take a moment to learn more, share what you learn, and be a champion for people living with MS. Learn more at nationalmssociety.org/awareness.
In healthcare, change is constant. Fifth Third Bank helps organizations navigate that change with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From capital structure optimization to revenue cycle support and commercial payment tools, Fifth Third empowers sustainable growth. For nearly 20 years, the Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trusted, long-term relationships. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can deliver. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Big color, bigger savings. Sherwin-Williams Super Sale is here. Get 40% off paints and stains June 5th through the 11th with prices starting at $30.89. Whether you're refreshing your interior or exterior, we've got the colors to bring your vision to life. And with delivery, getting everything to your door is easier than ever. Shop online to have it delivered or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Delivery available on qualifying orders.
Pete's back on the links with all new golf clubs and hopefully less swearing.
Dang, sliced it.
He worked with Empower to help him get good at money, so he can be a little bad.
Heads up!
Oof. Talent sold separately.
Guy said these were slice-proof.
At least he has money for lessons. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
This Father's Day, put the focus on Dad's happy place, his garage. Shop more ways to organize, more ways to build, and more ways to spend time together. With low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him a rolling toolbox or a wall-mounted organizer to keep it all in place. Or save on power tools like the Ryobi 2-tool driver drill combo kit for just $99. Make Father's Day about building something together with a little help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See homedepot.com/price match for details.
Harry Douglas here to help you get in on the sweet life with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. It's that classic throwback cotton candy flavor, but with 0 sugar and a 5-hour energy boost. I keep these with me so I can tackle that sweet tooth with a tasty caffeine kick and no guilty sugary aftermath. Bring on the sweetness with Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy shots. Cotton Candy 5-Hour Energy. Available online at 5hourenergy.com or Amazon.
Hey, it's Rich Eisen for Pella Windows and Doors. Sometimes teams take a time out to regroup and call the right play. When it comes to your home, Pella Windows and Doors always has the winning game plan. They're not just window and door experts. They're experts at taking care of you and your home. At Pella, they find the products that meet your needs and their experts install them. They do it every day, and that's why your neighbors trust them. Discover why Pella is a trusted choice for homeowners everywhere. Visit Pella.com/Eisen today. That's Pella.com/Eisen.
Okay, team. Huddle up.
Why are you dressed like a hockey player?
Because America's energy security is on thin ice. We're facing an overburdened electric grid, rising fuel costs, and severe weather. But here's your power play. Propane. It's affordable, abundant, safe. Propane is reliable energy, even when the grid isn't. Advantage Propane.
Learn more at propane.com/powerplay.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
Our JV football coach demanded that we wore black shoes because he wanted us to look slower. Now, I didn't need any help in that department. but
Thanks for beating me to it, Josh.
On 94.5 ESPN.
Craving a pizza night? Head to your local Piggly Wiggly. Grab Screamin' Sicilian Original or Thin and Crispy pizzas. Just 2 for $10. That's a deal worth screaming about. Loaded with more flavor, more real cheese, more premium toppings, more is amore. It's perfect for quick dinners, game nights, or feeding your hungry crew. Stock up while this deal lasts June 3rd through June 9th. Only 2 for $10. Screamin' Sicilian Original or Thin and Crispy pizzas. Only at your neighborhood Piggly Wiggly. Shop the pig.
Loaded second hour of Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. But before we get to that, guys, I worked field day yesterday. Field day is my favorite volunteer shift. I think we've done this every year I've been on the show, however, because I enjoy going out there, running around with the kids, being outside. Shoulders got a little crisp. Not sure if you could see it on the old YouTube stream, but shoulders got a little red yesterday. Should have put on.
Oh, wow.
Well, there you go. Yeah, you're seeing it.
Well, you just see, again, you know it's burned when you touch it, and then, like, the color changes, and then it slowly becomes red again.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
that's how you know you've got the sunburn
And it's
going
on both
Wow.
shoulders, so good for me for being an equal opportunity burn. But I wanted to know with you guys, you remember field day, of course. You know, you go outside.
Oh, yeah.
We used to get ribbons, which they don't do anymore because, hurt feelings and whatnot. But I crushed on field day. Best day of the year. And I'm guessing that you guys did too. Chewy, what was your event on field day?
Spoons. Carrying the water to fill up the glass. That was the best.
Why were you good at spoons? You had good balance?
You were just smooth, like you were walking steady, or what?
Yeah, I wasn't a big spiller. You know, the other thing I liked is
not till college, right?
Compared to now, yeah. Apparently, that didn't translate to adulthood.
Back then, the outgoing class would take on the faculty in what is it where you kick the ball? Help me out here.
Kickball?
Kickball?
I guess.
What is it when you kick
baseball,
the ball?
but played with kicking
It's
it?
like baseball with one of those red.
That's kickball.
Yeah, it's called kickball.
Listen, this segment is totally worth it. That Chewy just asked us, what is it when you kick the ball? And it's literally kickball.
I'm struggling. First with the San Antonio on the road. Yeah, that's right. It's Gabe's fault because he screwed the whole thing up, and I still am not dialed in.
What do you mean? Like Thursday,
Just
you
own it.
have the blammer to blame. Like you weren't up late last night, drinking with
No,
your
I
buddy, the
wasn't.
blammer.
I was not. I was watching Widow's Bay, and then you took my connection. I don't know why. Why do you have seniority?
Because it's the only thing that this thing connects to.
Sure.
So it's not so much a Gabe thing. It's a device thing. We digress, per usual. Gabe, what was your event on field day? What did you dominate in on field day?
We have had this conversation. We did not have field day.
Oh
Field day was not a thing for me growing up. These things that you guys talk about, no idea. I know what kickball is.
You were deprived.
It's
I genuinely think you have a case against the school. Case against the what do you call it?
The school district?
School district, exactly. Now, see,
It's
Chewy,
Horicon.
now it's spreading.
They still have,
God
they
bless
still have
America.
Gerbo jeans. They're still wearing Gerbo jeans.
That's his go-to reference.
How do you not have field day? Joshy, did you have field day?
We did. I don't really remember much from it. I know we played kickball. I know we played some baseball. I remember relay races that took place, but I don't have any distinct. I was definitely a sports guy, so playing baseball and kickball was probably something I was very invested in.
I see Joshy as a guy who took a lot of days off of school. Officer?
Not as a youth. As I got older, certainly there was a lot of days where it said, "Yeah, I'm not feeling like it today."
You ever get a visit from the truancy officer?
No, I don't think so.
Come on, it's okay.
I definitely
he
got
left the door open, Chew.
I definitely got visited by other assistant principals, things of that nature.
I thought the truancy officer was a myth. I thought it was
No,
like a
it's
tall
not.
tale that they just created to scare kids.
Just ask Dyson.
You
It is
know.
not a myth. Definitely
Like
not
the
a myth.
boogeyman or something,
Yeah,
the
no,
truancy
he's real.
officer.
we had a police liaison who ended up getting arrested for robbing a bank.
The cop did?
Yeah.
A police liaison? What is that?
It was a police officer who worked at the school
It's like
who
a
then
policeman adjacent.
who his life went in certain directions that ended up robbing a bank. You can Google it.
Well, I assume if you're robbing banks, your life goes in a certain direction.
Yeah.
I don't think that's just
You think?
I don't know if he was actively still the police liaison when he robbed the bank.
What is a police liaison? This is the first time I've heard this term.
we had one of those.
It's
yeah.
a police officer at school. That
At school.
Yeah, just sort of stays there.
But they're
I
not
think
a real
post
police
9/11.
officer.
No, they are.
Then why don't you just
No, they
call them
are.
a police officer?
Because they were a liaison for the school.
But there's okay, whatever, man. If you're a cop, you're a cop, right? Like if you're a
You're
police
ask-
officer, you're a police officer.
I didn't invent the term, Jen.
I've never heard police liaison. It feels unnecessary to me. Okay? If I had been in that role, I would have been like, you can drop the liaison part. I'm just a police officer. I happen to work at when a police officer works at a grocery store, are they a liaison as well, or is it just for schools?
Depends upon who's paying you.
Well, that's a rent-a-cop, right?
Or security guards.
Okay.
That's a totally different distinction, I believe. Right? Rent-a-cop is not the same as a cop, right?
Yes, correct.
I mean, you talk about me going off the rails. This is off the rails. Right?
Yeah, I think it's your fault somehow, though.
Mine?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
ever
you
since the
started it
borscht,
with
we've
the
been
fault.
sort of off the.
Can I tell you guys something? Do you know where the term
Pretty sure.
field day comes from? Field day. You know where it comes from? Military.
No idea.
In the military, in the 1700s, troops would leave their barracks? Yeah. To gather in an open field and practice maneuvers, training exercises, and sort of like just get away from the grind a little bit. These military exercises were seen as a welcome break from the harsh daily routine of strict drills. Because they were in a large open field, they were called field days. How about that?
So the Union Army could practice on grass, Gabe.
And then, hey, the Union loved grass. Weren't a big fan of the turf back then.
Yeah. All right. It's the end of the hour.
How do we
Yeah,
think? How do we
good
think
Lord,
this
my
went?
goodness.
Huh?
If we were to rate ourselves 1 to 10.
Are we talking about the whole hour, Josh, or are we
No,
just talking about the last 6 minutes?
The 6 minutes.
I don't know.
Oh, I mean, Josh, you want to be an A or an F. This was an F.
Great. High-achieving Jen over here still isn't able to wrap her brain around the F concept, so we need to move on. Take a break, roll on for the second hour. Hopefully it'll be better than the first right after this.
Let me tell you about something that is an A, and that's Milwaukee weight loss. I'm Josh DiMaggio, and summer has a way of making you want to feel good in your own skin again. Maybe it's pulling out the summer clothes, planning vacations, or just wanting more confidence and energy day to day. I knew it was finally time to do something for myself, not just talk about it. That's why I'm on that journey with Milwaukee weight loss. I'm feeling lighter, more energized, and back to enjoying foods I love while creating healthier habits that actually fit my life. It's a doctor-developed, doctor-supervised program to help people lose weight safely and naturally and to keep it off. Some patients lose 20 to 30 pounds in just a month or two. Many patients lose up to a pound of fat a day. This program is different. No intense workouts, prepackaged meals, bars, shakes, counting calories, etc. I've lost over 40 pounds at this point, and I am feeling great. And for a limited time, you get $200 off with the Milwaukee Weight Loss Summer Special. That is $200 off. Book your free consultation now at MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. That's MilwaukeeWeightLoss.com. Results may vary. And if you do go to Milwaukee Weight Loss, tell them that Josh and Homer from ESPN Milwaukee sent you.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy are back after this on 94.5 ESPN.
Looks like we've got some debris on the off-ramp to Racine Avenue from the northbound side of the Rock Freeway. So we're seeing, looks like at least one lane blocked in that area. So be careful. You'll have to shift over to the left. On westbound 94, we've got backups from 27th Street past Hawley and then back on the brakes from Elm Grove Road all the way to Barker Road. Eastbound's just heavy right past Barker Road to Brookfield Road and again through the stadium to 35th. Southbound 41, your usual backups from Good Hope Road down to Capitol. Northbound from North Avenue up past Burleigh to Capitol Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Geist Garage Doors. For over 70 years, Geist Garage Doors has been the local trusted name for garage door sales, service, and repair. Visit GeistDoors.com and don't think twice, call Geist. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, showers and storms likely, a high of 78. Tonight, isolated showers or storms, partly cloudy otherwise, a low of 63. Weather is brought to you by National Liquor Mart at 16th and National in Milwaukee, packed with the best beer, liquor, seltzer, and spirit deals in town. Open 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. daily, where your satisfaction is their plan of action. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Remember how you felt when you were 25? Your morning workouts were a breeze. You had a drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Does it feel like you're losing your edge? You know, it might not be your age. It could be low testosterone. At Mentality, we'll get to the bottom of what's really going on and build a personalized plan using testosterone replacement and peptide therapies to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. Get back to being the guy you used to be. Book your appointment with Mentality at lowtusa.com. Again, that's lowtusa.com.
Hi, it's John Reitz from Great Midwest Bank. When it comes to a home mortgage, we understand you want a simple, stress-free process, great service, and a loan you can feel good about. And for 90 years, that's exactly how we've been doing things at Great Midwest Bank. So if you're thinking about buying, building, renovating, or refinancing, get started at greatmidwestbank.com to find a knowledgeable loan officer and get the peace of mind you deserve. Great Midwest Bank, your simply local equal housing lender.
This is Wisconsin basketball head coach Greg Gard. This is 94.5 ESPN, WKTI and WKTI HD2, Milwaukee.
A locally owned Good Karma brand station.
The right way to start your day. This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Broadcasting live from the Gruber Law Office's One Call That's All studios at the Avenue with Gabe Neitzel and Mark Chamara. Here's Jen Latta.
We talked a little bit at the start of the show about the Christian Watson contract and what it means for the Green Bay Packers. And I think as we continue to discuss good move, bad move, overpay, just right, Goldilocks, the whole thing, I think the next inevitable question is, what is Tucker Kraft going to get, right? I think the image that is in all of our minds is Tucker Kraft running on the treadmill. He posted it just the other day. It does feel like he is ripe for a return, and it'll be great to have him back on the field as he recovers from that injury. But Gabe, I'll start with you on this one. If people are wondering where Christian Watson ranks amongst the top wide receivers in the league, where do you slot a healthy Tucker Kraft when it comes to the tight ends around the National Football League?
Well, and the interesting thing there to me, Jen, is if you don't believe in Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft hasn't put together a full season either. And I think a lot of that gets explained away of, maybe the Packers just haven't used him right. And we've seen, Tucker be really good. He was great in those last two games right before he unfortunately injured the knee. But, apparently we just don't look at Tucker the same way we look at Christian. And, Tucker Kraft, the thing with him, though, is he's probably going to get a top 5 tight end contract. If this is what Christian Watson's going to get, my guess is at the end of the day, if we're looking at annual average value, which is what everybody loves to look at, Tucker's going to get a top 5 deal.
I would shoot for the top deal. It's not always the best. Look, that 1 year I was going to sign an extension, I wasn't the best tight end in the league. I was probably top 5, but I wasn't the best. But I just happened to hit it at the right time.
Oh, Madden disagrees.
Where I wanted to be paid the most. That's all I wanted to do. Now, granted, I was paid the most for about 6 months, but I always wanted to do it. So if I'm representing him, I'm not taking a discount. Why would you? You're in the prime. You are a huge piece of this offense.
I don't think – yeah, but you're not George Kittle and you're not Trey McBride.
Yeah, but those guys were – McBride, no.
Those are the
Kittle's
top
on
two
the
guys.
Backside, Gabe.
Yeah, sure, but Kittle's the highest paid at 19.1. McBride's 19 per year. I can't imagine that Tucker's going to come in at that number. So that's why I said top 5.
The crazy thing is,
he'll probably
guys,
be in the ballpark of Pitts.
The crazy thing is, I'm old enough to remember when athletes didn't want to be considered tight ends because they got paid so significantly less than the top wide receivers in the league. And when you look at Tucker Kraft's numbers, guys, he actually ranks 3rd in the NFL behind running backs Jaylen Warren and Bijan Robinson in yards after the catch. And I think that those are the type of things that his agent will be putting in front of the Green Bay Packers when they write this deal, right? They'll be saying, hey, you might want to look at me as a traditional tight end, but I think we're all leaning towards Tucker Kraft being the top pass catcher for the Packers in 2026.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I mean, look, we talk
he
about
does all those other things too, Jen. Yeah.
Yeah,
He does
the
the
argument
things that you want a traditional tight end.
The argument that existed was previously, I believe Jimmy Graham was the center of it because he lined up so often unattached from the line.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tucker would have a hard time arguing that. I do think it's interesting, though. Yesterday on Pat McAfee's show, Ian Rappaport indicated that there might be a need for a reset in the market because those levels are so low. Let's take a listen here.
Tucker Kraft is still out there. And, I would consider him to be a big-time priority for Green Bay. And that, it looks great as he's coming back, looks excellent. I wouldn't be surprised if contract talks waited until he's, fully cleared. But, if you're talking about a guy who will probably reset the tight end market that badly needs to be reset, that would probably be one of them. Laporta would probably be another.
What does he mean badly needs to be reset?
They're underpaid
Yeah.
in comparison to receivers. I mean, your top receivers, Gabe, are what, 40? Or creeping on 40?
40.
And then the top
it's
tight
double.
end is...
It's double. Like George Kittle's 19-1,
Yeah.
the top wide receiver's 40. Yep.
Yeah, so that's what he means by reset, which is true because, I would anticipate if he comes back like he was playing last year, yeah, he's got the potential to be the top pass catcher on the team as a tight end, so it is a little out of whack.
Yeah, so like Jacoby Myers is making $20 million this upcoming season. He's the 25th ranked wide receiver. What would you rather have, Jacoby Myers at 20 or George Kittle at 19.1?
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I think we're talking about in terms of resetting the market.
But I don't know how you reset it, though. You know what I mean? It's like the running back position. It's just like, no, we're only going to pay you so much.
Well, that's the thing. What incentivizes the teams to be the one to go, you know what would be right? You know what would be correct? You know what would be morally correct here? Like, I can't imagine a front office that's interested in being the guys to do that.
So in order for that to happen, so then you need someone to be stubborn enough to dig their feet in. And I don't know if Tucker Kraft is that guy. Yeah. That ultimately becomes the issue. We've heard Jason talk about this before where, again, Tucker, who he is, his upbringing, like he's going to look at, if the Packers offer, let's just say they offer 19.5, right? Make him the highest paid tight end. Like, I have a hard time imagining he would turn that down going, no, this market needs to be reset. It's got to be 25 a year. Right. I just, the type of dude he is, I don't know if he's the one to reset it.
But, Gabe, you don't do it with the first contract because he hasn't made a ton of money up to this point. You do it with the next one because you already got paid. That's typically how it happens. Yeah,
It takes somebody that has two things, the willingness to be stubborn about it and hold out and create an issue, and then the talent. Because if somebody lowered down the pecking order tries it, everyone's going to be like, oh, whatever. Who cares? But it is interesting because, like, Darnell Washington, the glorified tackle who is in Pittsburgh, I believe he just got, like, $40 million on a deal, which he has, like, not that many catches, touchdowns. Like, he doesn't have as much as Tucker Kraft has on him. So it does seem like there is a raising of the floor. We saw a blocking tight end go in the second round this year. Like, it seems like that market is on its way. It's just, is it Tucker or not, is the big question.
In 2025, Tucker Kraft finished with 32 receptions, 489 yards, and 6 touchdowns. As we all know, he only appeared in 8 games. But when you weigh that out, that would project to a 1,000-yard season, double-digit scores. And I think that if you're Tucker Kraft's agent, you are absolutely projecting that to say. And I also think use the eye test. Look at how different the offense looked when Tucker Kraft was on the field and how it was a little bit more difficult. It was a little bit more, it felt like they were having to, like, figure it out when he wasn't on the field. And I do think that inserting him back in there, again, would you guys be surprised if he is the leading pass catcher for the Packers at the end of the season? I wouldn't.
No.
Just because of, as we've talked about, the roles that all of these guys sort of slot into, it feels like he could be that guy that is, Jordan Love's number one pass catcher.
But he won't be someone that sets it, Gabe, will be like Bowers, who catches 115 balls in a season, It won't be Tucker. But I think he'll get 19.
Yeah.
He should. Good player.
That's what I'm curious to see, is if that's the number he ultimately gets. Again, I think the safe bet, I think, is top 5, and the contract's kind of structured the way that Christian's is. Maybe there's a couple more guarantees in there, but it's going to be a cheaper deal than Christian Watson. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course.
We'll take a break here on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy. Still a lot of stuff to get to as the show rolls on.
In healthcare, change is constant. At Fifth Third Bank, we help your organization thrive with local expertise and comprehensive financial solutions. From optimizing capital structure to revenue cycle management and commercial payment tools, we're here to empower your growth. For nearly 20 years, our dedicated Milwaukee team has partnered with healthcare and not-for-profit organizations, building trust-based relationships that last. Experience the difference only Fifth Third can provide to help your organization thrive. Fifth Third Bank, National Association, member FDIC.
Jen, Gabe, and Chewy continues next on 94.5 ESPN.
It's a little bit of a backup on northbound 4394 as you're making your way out of the Mitchell Interchange on the Plainfield curve up past Oklahoma Avenue. Closer to Chase is where it starts to let up. Southbound on 43, you've got backups from Good Hope Road to Bender, and then back on the brakes just south of Capitol Drive down to about Locust. Southbound on 43. Backups from Good Hope Road all the way to Capitol Drive. Northbound is heavy from about North Avenue almost to Capitol Memorial Drive. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Father's Day is Sunday, June 21st. Time to send Dad a fresh and delicious Kringle. Order today at kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, showers and storms likely, a high of 78. Tonight, isolated showers or storms, partly cloudy otherwise, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
The best source for every piece of NFL news you need to know.
I would just say that right now I think all options are on the table. I think that they went through that trade thing and they talked to teams, and it's not like those talks are shut down.
ESPN NFL insider Adam Schefter is on Jen, Gabe, and Chewy every Wednesday morning at 7:30. Sponsored by Island Resort and Casino, Tony Wendorf and Associates, and Smart 18 Union. On 94.5 ESPN, ESPN Milwaukee on YouTube, and the ESPN Wisconsin app.
At Saturn Lounge, we know if your marketing actually worked, you would know. Your website would perform, not just exist. Your storytelling would inspire, not fall flat. Your integrated campaigns would create impact, not excuses. There'd be no refreshing dashboards, no waiting on a report to explain what happened. It's time to generate quality leads and turn them into customers. Let's make it happen with Saturn Lounge, your marketing partner for clear, measurable results. Visit us today at SaturnLounge.com. When marketing works, it shows.
No matter what business you're in, as the #1 SBA lender in Wisconsin, Summit Credit Union helps your vision take shape with loan programs, great rates, and strategic solutions.
Awarded the #1 SBA lender by the Small Business Administration of Wisconsin in 2025.
Father's Day is coming up, and let's be honest, Dad doesn't need another tie. Give him something he actually wants. New windows that lower energy bills, a durable new roof, beautiful siding, or a bath remodel he can brag about to every guest who visits. And during the Exterior Pros and Baths June savings event, you'll get $3,000 off your project. That's $3,000 in instant savings, but only for a limited time. Call 262-800-4274 or visit extpros.com today. Exterior Pros and Baths. Big savings done right.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Seriously injured? Make one call. That's all.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
I mean, you gotta love the guy that's a little bit of a dork. Just go home, plays a little video games, plays a little Pokemon, 100% invested.
God, it's the oldest you've ever sounded.
Can you name the most famous Pokemon?
Pikachu.
Hey! On 94.5 ESPN.
Shopping for new windows and doors should never include haggling, which is why Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin sticks to straightforward pricing, honest conversations, helping homeowners find the right fit for their home. And they never use high-pressure sales tactics. I loved using Pella last fall when I got a new front door for our house. And when you buy direct through Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin, the same team that manufactures your windows and doors also sells, installs, and services them. Real pricing, premium quality, no games. Schedule that free in-home consultation today at PellaWI.com.
Think you know the show better than the average ESPN Milwaukee fan? Now's your chance to prove it. It's time to play The Week in Reach You.
Gabe, you got the questions for Richu?
Yeah, how you feeling today, big guy?
Hopefully better than last week. Last week wasn't good.
It was a rough week last
Hey,
week.
the fact that he remembers that last week was a rough week, I feel like is a good sign.
Okay.
All right. You know, maybe you're back in Florida. You don't have the allergies to blame. You've coughed not as much today, so I don't think the health is an issue. What's going to be the go-to excuse if it does not go well today?
You stealing my connection.
All right, I should have seen that coming. That's on me. Yeah. All right, here we go. 5 questions. Chew, you get 3 right, you win. You get 3 wrong, you lose. We start with question number 1, Joshua.
Didn't we eat crickets?
What insect did we learn the Texas softball player eats?
Oh, ladybugs.
Ooh.
Ladybugs.
Off to a great start.
Texas, which won games 1 and game 2 of the College Softball World Series and are now your champions.
Nice.
Beating Texas
Back
Tech.
to back. All right, Chewy, question number 2.
Loves doing what he does, go home, plays a little video games, plays a little Pokemon. The Miz.
Who were you talking about playing Pokemon?
The Miz. The biggest celeb in Wisconsin right now.
He's on a roll.
Well, we'll see if that continues. Bonus question. Name one Pokemon that isn't Pikachu.
Oh, Josh said it the other day. Hold on.
Yeah.
Gandalfar.
I think I can only name one, by the way. It's like Charizard.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh, I remember
That's the big one.
That's the only one I can
Yeah.
name. And my
All right,
kids
that
have
was a bonus
binders
question.
of Pokemon.
That was like extra credit, Chew. If you got it right,
Okay.
you got another one. If you did, there's no, there's no harm in getting
No
that
penalty,
wrong. That
okay.
was the bonus question.
All right.
Question number 3.
Oh, that's fine. I just thought I'd ask you. Thanks for the hour heads up.
Who only gave you an hour heads up?
Jen, do you know?
I have a guess.
Who gave me an hour heads up? I mean, it's got to be Josh.
I think it's Ange.
This was a story you told us. You pulled into, at the time, Old County Stadium for a charity softball game.
Oh, Brett's wedding.
Wow, yep, you're right.
Brett's wedding. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. The first, again, you trip. You got the first 2 right, so you still have 2 more questions to win this week. Beat Joshy. You just need to get one of the next 2 correct. Question
I'm
number
still
4.
looking for payback. Of
You, the only person.
I'm still looking for
Who
payback.
or what?
The only person.
Who or what are you still looking to get payback against?
Oh.
Play that one again. I don't know.
I'm still looking for payback. Of
The only person.
I have no idea.
Looking to get payback against Amazon. Amazon. You're the only one who seems to struggle with that.
That's a tough
We
one.
told the story of people just saying, of Amazon telling Josh just to keep things, Amazon paying you to keep it so they don't have to restock it, and you are the only one that apparently
That was a
struggled
tough
with
one.
Amazon.
Okay.
Whew. All right. So won the first 2, lost the last 2. Got to get number 5 to win this week. Take it away, Josh.
You guys have so much trouble giving me credit.
We literally started the segment with a Chewy was right drop.
But you didn't want to.
Well, that's true.
What do you want credit for, even though it hasn't happened yet?
Josh Jacobs.
I mean, that's not what we're looking for here. I mean, that is also true, but it's not the answer.
Hold on, then.
The question.
On. What do I want credit for?
So we started that segment giving him credit for being right about the field goals, right? The field goal. Okay. So how would it have to that? I don't know the answer to this one.
You also brought it up with Jason yesterday. So it was a conversation we had earlier in the week.
Oh, I
and
know
then you
it.
brought it up for Jason.
Now I know it.
That is the hint I will give you for question 5.
Play it one more time, Joshy. I think you might be able to get it with that hint.
You guys have so much trouble giving me credit.
We literally started the segment with a Chewy was right drop.
But you didn't want to.
Well, that's true.
Even if he gets it, it's not a win. Where's the spoon fed?
I don't know because I usually don't ask for credit. So that's the weird thing.
What a lie. What might be your most egregious lie?
What is it?
Gabe is dying over there.
You want credit for Abrasic beating out Trey Smack.
I was hoping that the field goal thing would kind of get you there.
Yeah, that didn't. You know what threw me is the bonus question because it was all downhill from there. Crushed my confidence.
Now it's Joshy's fault.
Yep.
I'll take credit for that.
Oh, I lost again.
I'm usually not looking for credit, he says.
You know what? Because my buddies told me to start taking creatine because it's good for your brain.
True.
Allegedly, and I've been taking it for 2 weeks, and obviously it's having the opposite effect on me.
It's going to take more than 2 weeks for you.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a reaction rolling in on the Carbless Talk and Text line here. It's from Ron in the Key. It says, since we're figuring out the names for sports that are hard to describe, what's that one where you dodge the ball? Or the one where you hit the ball with the stick? And along those lines, what's that button you're supposed to hit when you cough called?
Is that a shot at me?
Some good stuff there.
Yeah, it's
From
pretty
Ron
direct.
in the Key.
Pretty direct.
All right. If you're chasing big jackpots and nonstop excitement, Potawatomi Casino Hotel is your place to play. Fast payouts, you'll never miss a jackpot, 2,600 slot machines or more. Not sure where your favorite game is located? The friendly slot attendants are always willing to point you in the right direction. Play with any denomination from 1 cent all the way up to $100. Whether you enjoy the classic reels or the latest interactive games, there is always something new to discover at the Potawatomi Casino Hotel.
Your state, your teams, your ESPN. The ESPN Wisconsin app. Find the ESPN Wisconsin app in the Apple or Android app stores today. More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN.
Looks like we got a crash now. Westbound 94, right at the ramp from Blue Mound. Left shoulder is blocked, so watch out for that. Little bit of a backup westbound as well between Moreland Road and Brookfield Road, and a little bit from 35th Street to Hawley Road. On the eastbound side, just tightening up right through the Stadium interchange. On southbound 41, backing up from Appleton Avenue down to Capitol Drive. Northbound from North Avenue up past Burleigh. And then on westbound 894, backups from 27th Street all the way to Forest Home. Traffic is brought to you by Racine Danish Kringles. Father's Day is Sunday, June 21st. Time to send Dad a fresh and delicious Kringle. Order today at kringle.com or call 1-800-4DANISH. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast. Today, showers and storms likely, a high of 78. Tonight, isolated showers or storms, partly cloudy otherwise, a low of 63. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 94.5 ESPN.
Packers fans know greatness when they see it, and today, 2 organizations committed to delivering first-class fan experiences are joining forces. Hey, it's Jen Latta. Joining me today is Sarah Neubauer from Potawatomi Casino Hotel. All right, Sarah, this is a huge announcement. Potawatomi Sportsbook and the Packers officially teaming up.
We are, Jen, and we're incredibly excited about it. Potawatomi Sportsbook has been named the official sportsbook partner of the Green Bay Packers.
This feels bigger than a typical partnership announcement. What jumps out to me is that both of these organizations understand how important community, tradition, and fan experience really are.
Exactly. The Packers have long been one of the most respected organizations in sports. And at Potawatomi Sportsbook, we're focused on creating unforgettable experiences for sports fans every day.
How are fans going to see this partnership in action at Lambeau Field?
One of the biggest highlights is that the South Gate at Lambeau Field is becoming the Potawatomi Sportsbook Gate. Whether you're headed to a game, a concert, or another event, you'll see Potawatomi Sportsbook front and center.
It's a huge statement. The South Gate is one of the first things that fans see when they arrive at Lambeau Field.
Oh, yeah. And we're also becoming the title sponsor of the Champions Club, one of the premier spaces inside Lambeau Field with incredible views and a first-class atmosphere.
Okay, but this partnership goes beyond game day, too.
That's right. We'll also be the naming rights partner of the Potawatomi Sportsbook podcast studio, where all Packers podcasts are produced. And we're the presenting sponsor of Packers Predict, a free interactive game where fans can make weekly predictions for chances to win prizes throughout the season.
It's very cool. Now, for anyone who has not experienced the Potawatomi
Sportsbook just yet. What can they expect?
We're proud to be the largest retail sportsbook in the Midwest. We've got a massive 2,000 square foot video wall, seating for more than 500 guests, and over 90 betting kiosks throughout the property. Great food and drinks and an atmosphere that's hard to beat on game day.
I absolutely love it. 2 organizations with proud Wisconsin histories, a shared focus on fans, and some really exciting things ahead. Where can everyone go to learn more?
Potawatomi.com.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Don't let a busted garage door get you down. Call my friends at Geist today. For 70 years, Geist has been the trusted garage door authority in Wisconsin. With brands like CHI and LiftMaster, they have doors for every budget and will even build custom designs to get your exact needs. For swift and reliable garage repair solutions, go to geistdoors.com. That's GEIS doors.com. You can also visit their amazing showroom in Brookfield, featuring hundreds of doors and openers and their custom design room.
Don't think twice. Call Geist.
Join Cousins Club Rewards today. Grab your first sub and your next one could be free. After your first qualifying purchase, you'll earn a free sub and start collecting points for free food, exclusive deals, and even Cousins gear. Sign up today. It's fast and easier than ever on the Cousins Subs app. Earn points online, on the app, or in store. However you enjoy Cousins Subs, your rewards are right at your fingertips. Cousins Subs. We believe in better.
This is Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
And what's the saying? Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you.
Flip it around. Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
That was close.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. You just had to
There's
flip
only
it.
2 options.
On 94.5 ESPN.
When the game matters, where you play matters even more. At the Wisconsin Country Club, you get a championship-level golf experience right here in Milwaukee with nearly a century of tradition behind it. We are hosting great events at Wisconsin Country Club. Lombardi happening this weekend. We've hosted WSGA events, WPGA events. Again, showing the championship-level golf experience we have at Wisconsin Country Club. But what really sets us apart at the club is everything beyond the course. Pool days, tennis, pickleball, fitness, great dining, and programs that your kids are actually going to look forward to. It's not a pieced-together lifestyle. It is all in one place. The Wisconsin Country Club, a better way to experience the game and everything around it. Schedule your private tour today and mention Good Karma for exclusive promotions.
So you guys mentioned earlier in the show where the Green Bay Packers skill positions might rank amongst the other NFC North teams. Yahoo Sports actually did a compilation for us. 2026 NFC North, and these, of course, are projections, position group rankings on offense. Now, I think it'll give people a lot of joy to know that Jordan Love is considered the number 1 quarterback in the NFC North, according to Yahoo Sports. These rankings came out within the last few weeks, just so you're aware. But to the point that Gabe made earlier, the rest of the skill positions, and we were talking specifically about wide receiver because we were having the Christian Watson conversation, Tucker Kraft, etc. At running back, they have Josh Jacobs as 3rd behind the Detroit Lions, which I think people understand, Jahmyr Gibbs and Pacheco, and DeAndre Swift and Kyle Monange from the Chicago Bears. So they have Josh Jacobs as 3rd, with Minnesota last. At tight end, they actually have Colston Loveland, Cole Kmet, ahead of Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave. They have Tucker Kraft and Luke Musgrave at number 2. Now, I think that will flip by the time the season is over, but again, it remains to be seen. At wide receiver, guys, they have the Packers group at 3. Behind, and I don't think this will surprise anybody, the Detroit Lions at number 1, the Minnesota Vikings, Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, et cetera, at number 2. And then you've got Christian Watson, Jayden Reed, Matthew Golden, and Savion Williams. Little part of me wonders if Savion Williams might be bringing that down just because we haven't seen enough from him to know how big of an impact he can have. I also don't know how much he's going to be used as far as offensive sets go. But I do think it's interesting to push it through this prism as well. With the Packers now having Jordan Love, Christian Watson, Tucker Kraft, Josh Jacobs, and who did we miss there? Jayden Reed. Is this the best offense that they have amassed and collected in the Jordan Love era? Is this the best group of weapons? Does it feel the strongest to you, Gabe, of the guys that they have put around Jordan Love since he's been under center?
I think it's going to have the most direction. Again, I think removing some of the clutter from the wide receiver room is ultimately going to be a good thing. Because everybody's been around, I mean, other than Josh Jacobs for the entire, 3 years of Jordan Love being the starter. And I think having clarity of Watson being the one, Jayden Reed being your slot guy, Matthew Golden slotting in behind that, Tucker Kraft emerging as basically the only option, if we're being honest, at tight end. I think having those defined roles is going to make things better and easier for Jordan Love. Just having those defined roles. And I think it's going to open up the offense because, Chewy, your biggest complaint last year and probably the year before, if we're being honest there too, is where's the bread and butter? And I think when everybody's got defined roles and you know who your one is, who your top tight end is, and all these things, you're not trying to, spread snaps out over, 5 or 6 different guys. It's easier to have those bread and butter plays when you know that, this is Chewy's going to be in for these 3 series, and he's splitting with Keith Jackson. Chewy's going to be in this. Okay, we can call Fox 2XY hook. Free is our number 1. We can call, whatever slant play that you want to call for Antonio Freeman. I think it's going to be a lot easier for this offense to function with everybody having defined roles, and that's going to make the numbers look better, and I think that's going to make people realize how good this receiving core specifically is.
As long as they stay healthy. Because you've had Christian Watson in his years miss a lot of time. You had Jayden Reed last year miss a good chunk of the season. You had Tucker Kraft. ACL misses half of the season. You could do that before because you had a lot of depth there. I don't care what you say about Golden. You don't know what he is yet. We think he's going to be good, but you don't know.
Yeah.
And then same for Savion Williams. We have no idea. No idea. So if they lose 1 or 2 of those guys for an extended amount of time, you're not plugging in a Dobbs or a Wicks. They're gone. So I agree with you, Gabe. The clarity should help. The familiarity with Jordan Love throwing to the same guys all day long will help as long as they stay healthy.
And Chewy, I think it's important that you mention that because we have talked about the depth. We have talked about, by jettisoning some of these guys off, you do lose some of that depth. Is it realistic to expect all of these guys that we have mentioned to play every single game this season? No, it is not. It's a physical game. There are going to be dings and bumps and bruises, and you might have guys who are missing plays, who are, missing halves or games. But the one other element that I want to throw out here, and I held it specifically to see how the conversation would roll, is when Yahoo Sports ranked the offensive lines for the NFC North teams this year, guys, your Green Bay Packers right now are dead last. They are dead last in the NFC North. Too many questions on the offensive line. And it would be a fool's errand to sit here and say that this Green Bay Packers offense can have the success that we think that they can have if they put all of their potential together consistently without that offensive line being there to protect Jordan, to give him time to distribute the ball to these playmakers. And I do think that is the one thing that we just cannot stress enough.
To me, the number one reason they lost that playoff game in Chicago is the offensive line. Like the offensive line, I don't know what happened between the first and second half. I don't know what happened at halftime. But they came out in that second half, they couldn't block anymore. And that's why Jordan didn't have time. That's why they couldn't get the offense going. That's why if they turned around and tried to hand the ball off, they couldn't get anything going because the offensive line completely forgot how to block. So, yeah, that is – and like, you can't make an argument of, they shouldn't be fourth, right? Like, this is probably where they should be because of all the question marks. Because your best offensive lineman, he's got injury issues coming into this season.
And what it does is it detracts from the other positions because I can tell you this, because I used to have to do it a little bit with Bruce Wilkerson back in the day. If I can help Bruce out and chip, I can't be the number 1 read. You can't. There's just not enough time. So if the 2 tackles struggle and you got to chip with Tucker Kraft or you have to chip with Josh Jacobs, that detracts from your skill positions. So that's why that's so important. Because, a guy like Tucker Kraft, he doesn't want to worry about chipping. He just wants to get out because he's probably going to be, at times, held up on the line as it is because he's such a big threat. So, yeah, the O-line is a concern.
I've felt this sense of almost dread all offseason because we are going to have no certainty until we start seeing the bullets fly on the field. And that, to me, is we can get excited about, hey, Jordan Love is primed to take it. Maybe he's going to become an MVP candidate. Wow, Christian Watson seemed like he blossomed. Tucker Kraft is back, and you're making all these cases for this offense becoming like, hey, they could be flirting with a top 5 offense when it's all said and done. But it all could be ended if Jordan Morgan stinks. And Sean Ryan isn't good enough to be the starting center, and Zach Tom lingers the injury, and he's not back to like it all could come crashing down in a way where you'd see flashes, but it ultimately would be something the Packers don't have the guys on the roster to fix. And I've felt that hanging over my head as like a grim reaper this entire offseason.
Yeah, for what it's worth, guys, in the article, Yahoo Sports, again, which went through and ranked all of the offensive positions for all of the teams in the NFC North, started its offensive line synopsis for the Green Bay Packers this way. For as long as I can remember, the offensive line has always been a strength for the Green Bay Packers. And they ended it this way. But this group lacks proven players and quality depth. And I do think that as we sit here and celebrate Christian Watson getting the contract extension, knowing that Tucker Kraft is coming, these are the things that will keep you up at night as a fan of the Green Bay Packers. The way that you can look at this offensive roster is very simple. Ton of potential, flashes of greatness, have not been able to put it together consistently. And I don't know if having a questionable offensive line, one that is unproven, that lacks depth, which will come back to haunt you if you suffer injuries, which we think they may at some point here and there, will give you the same level of confidence as if you sort of ignore that element. And I think that's probably why, even as exciting as it is, Gabe, that we have all of these guys who we think are really, really talented and are probably top tier at their respective positions, there is this hesitation to go Super Bowl or bust with this offense.
Chew, I know you've talked about your offensive line in 96, and you guys didn't have any studs. But how many question marks did you have going into 96 about members of your offensive line? Because right now for the Packers, they have 5. They have 5 question marks across the board.
Yeah.
There's caveats to every offensive lineman right now, and that's obviously not sustainable. But how many question marks did you guys have in 96?
Well, we had one because Ken Rutgers, who was the left tackle with us for years, I think he was a 10-year guy, broke his back in training camp. And I think John Michaels might have been the backup, but he was so bad that we had to go with Bruce throughout this. So that was big. You lose your starting left tackle that's been there for 10 years. There was a little bit of panic, but we were so deep, we were very deep. I mean, Marco was on that team. I think Timberman was on that team. They were young, but they could still play. They were break glass in case of emergency. They weren't, they weren't all pros, but they were functional. You could work with them. I don't know if they have this. I was reading an article this morning about Yeager. They're plugging him in already with the first team at guard. So is he going to be the first one in?
Jagger,
that's
right?
tough for a 5th-round pick as a rookie, but he might be the first guy up. So I don't know.
For the interior, certainly. For the interior, too, I think I don't know what other choices they have on the interior that they would feel good about plugging in.
It's almost like, would you guys, you'd probably sleep a lot better if they kept, I want to say Yash, but I know that's not right.
He can't be your guy if you can't remember his name. No, you can't be your guy unless you remember the name.
Josh.
I'm going to let you struggle.
See, this is not nice. This is what I mean. This is what I talked about all week long. You guys are mean to me.
You talked
Jen,
about
help
this
me
guy
out.
incessantly.
The guy who went to Carolina.
Don't tell him. It's the last year starting left tackle.
Would you sleep better for $10 million? No. He's on the roster.
No.
Yes, but we've debated this. I feel like a lot.
This is the same guy that had to yell, "Jordan, look out," with Myles Garrett across from him. No, I would not sleep better with Rasheed. Rasheed Walker doesn't. He would still be a question mark.
Two M's. That's where I got confused.
He was on the offensive line.
Josh Nijman.
Yeah.
Come
I liked him too.
Has Josh Nijman retired? Is he still in the NFL?
He did
Josh
retire.
Is out. I believe Josh retired. Yes,
Yeah.
Josh retired.
Even though I called him Raj. Names are not my strong point. See that? I can self-evaluate and say names are not
I got
my
a very
strong
important
point.
question. Very important.
Is that why you have to give nicknames to everybody?
Yes.
If names aren't your strong point, and I think we've pointed to another couple things that aren't. What is your strong point?
Humbleness.
Oh, that's easy.
Humility.
No, that's not what I would have said.
A grinder or a grinding?
Grinding.
There's a difference. There's a difference.
Rasheed Walker
No,
is
football.
getting the number 1 reps at left tackle for the Panthers. Not a shock given what they committed to him, obviously, when they signed him, but for what it's worth. 800-990-3776. Is the Packers' offensive line your biggest concern for the 2026 season? Because again, I don't want to caveat here. I'm excited about Christian Watson. I'm excited about Tucker Kraft. I like the 11 personnel package, right? I like the Josh Jacobs. I like the Tucker Kraft, Christian Watson, Reed, and I think Golden likely as the third wide receiver in that set. I like it. I get a little more concerned when we go to 12 because who's your other guy? Who's the other tight end they're throwing out there? Last year they were stuck doing guys who I don't even think are on the roster this year, right?
Although Wiley is, right?
It's is it Musgrave? Is that the guy?
Musgrave, but
he's there.
He lost.
Well, he's there is a great endorsement.
Fitzpatrick has an
Musgrave.
Achilles. If I remember, is it
Fitzmagic?
Yeah.
He's gone.
But I do think that the offensive line obviously is something that we will be holding our breath about until we see them in action, as Joshy said. Go ahead and weigh in on that on our Infinity Exteriors poll. Is the Packers offensive line your biggest concern for the upcoming Packers season?
Hey guys, remember the way you felt when you were 25? Early morning workouts, a breeze. A drive that kicked in way before your first cup of coffee. Now fast forward to today. Do you feel like you're losing that edge? It might not be your age. Could be low testosterone, and that's where Mentality comes in. They start with a comprehensive 100-point blood panel to help get to the bottom of what's really going on. Then they'll build a personalized treatment plan using testosterone replacement therapy and targeted peptide therapy to help restore your energy, focus, and drive. In fact, 94% of men reported renewed energy and focus within 60 days. And just so you know, this isn't some new, trendy, off-the-shelf solution of the month. Mentality is all about real medicine. And while they can't actually make you 25 again, Mentality can get you back to feeling like the guy you used to be. Schedule your appointment with Mentality today. LowTUSA.com. That's LowTUSA.com.
More Jen, Gabe, and Chewy coming up on 94.5 ESPN. All day, every day. The Carbless Talk and Text line is open for you.
We're not trying to get from A to B. We're trying to get from A to SB, as in the Super Bowl.
800-990-3776. The Carbless Talk and Text line. This is more.
Do you worry about how much someone drinks?
Do you feel neglected or unloved? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you are not alone.
Al-Anon and Alateen can help. Call 1-866-200-0223 or visit alanon.org/help.
It's Mike with Infinity Exteriors. I've seen it all, Wisconsin. Sketchy sales gimmicks for low-quality windows, siding that costs more than a new home, fly-by-night roofers. 60,000 happy customers made a better choice. Infinity Exteriors roofing, siding, and windows all come with our lifetime workmanship warranty, no overcharges, and transparent pricing. At Infinity Exteriors, we're on a mission to save our communities from unscrupulous contractors. Visit infinityexteriors.com.
Texting enrolls you in a recurring automated marketing text messages. Consent not required to purchase. Message and data rates may apply.
The team's looking good this season. I think so. Man, I miss playing football. Ever since I turned 40, I just can't find that fire I used to have.
Think it could be lower testosterone?
What do you mean?
I was feeling the same way. After 40, the body has less testosterone, and men lose their edge. That's why I take Nugenix Total T2.
That's the testosterone booster, right?
Yes, but Total T2 is their brand new formula that skyrockets nitric oxide levels in as little as 3 hours. Since I started taking it, I've been lifting like when we played for Coach Carter. My energy is way up, and it even spiced up up things between me and the missus.
Are they still giving out complimentary bottles?
Yep, just send a text.
Text HAWK to 321-321 for your complimentary bottle of Nugenix Total T2, the next generation testosterone booster. Text now and we'll include a bottle of Nugenix Thermo X, our newest, most powerful fat burner ever, absolutely free. Text HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
This Father's Day, do more with Dad and spend less with low prices guaranteed at the Home Depot. Get him fired up with a new grill and accessories, like the Next Grill 5-burner for just $299, so you can spend more time together while he becomes the grill master he was always meant to be. Or build memories with savings on top brand power tools so you can tackle projects side by side. Gift more and do more together this Father's Day with help from the Home Depot. Exclusions apply. See HomeDepot.com/price match for details.
Knock, knock, Capital One Bank guy.
Wow, Charles Barkley?
I just moved into the neighborhood. Can I borrow some Wi-Fi?
Sure, Chuck. That's what the Capital One Cafe is here for, open 7 days a week.
Oh, can I use your ATM? My dog walker only takes cash.
Anything for a neighbor.
Can I try the catchphrase?
Sure, take it for a spin.
There's no fees and minimums on Capital One checking accounts.
Nice, Chuck. I'll take it from here. Capital One, what's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Visit CapitalOne.com/bankguide for details. Capital One NA member FDIC.
Golf with the greats this June 5th and 6th at the Lombardi Golf Classic. This is your chance to golf alongside sports stars like Jared Abbrederis, Brandon Jennings, Jonathan Lucroy, and Derek Watt, while supporting cancer research and treatment through the Vince Lombardi Cancer Foundation. Each foursome golfs a Friday practice round and enjoys the golf gala that evening, then competes in the 18-hole tournament on Saturday with a celebrity partner. Learn more and sign up at LombardiFoundation.org. That's LombardiFoundation.org.
When you're getting married, the rings matter. There's something you wear for a lifetime. That's why my fiance and I went to Paul's Jewelers. Paul's Jewelers specializes in custom jewelry for life's biggest moments. Lab-grown or natural diamonds, great pricing, and a lifetime warranty, so your jewelry can be refurbished, repaired, or refitted anytime down the road. Their team made the entire process easy and stress-free. I can't wait to show off my wedding band after our big day. Create your masterpiece today by visiting Paul's Jewelers in West Allis.
You're listening to Jen, Gabe, and Chewy.
We might be underwater in 50 years, but if it means I get 50 years of mild winters,
not your problem.
Well, certainly not mine.
On 94.5 ESPN.
I feel like we put a few things on the Jen, Gabe, and Chewy Twitter poll today, starting with our Christian Watson conversation. It was basically, how are you feeling about it? You like it? You think it was a good move or he was overpaid? Guys, you voted good move, right? We all think that Christian Watson being a member of the Green Bay Packers for the foreseeable future is a good deal. The loyal listeners agree. 72% of people responding say that it is a good deal for your Green Bay Packers. We also asked about the rest of the offense. And it was, do you think that they are underrated or overrated? Gabe, you were saying you think that they are underrated league-wide?
Yeah, I do. Because of, again, the way they've run the offense, being such a run-heavy team, so the pass catchers aren't going to get the recognition, and B, because they've had such a logjam of receivers over the last couple of years. So I think that cuts down on the production. You don't get to see Jayden Reed, Watson, Golden, those guys be as productive. So I think if you just, you look at the Packers' raw stats, you go, oh, and I saw this a lot from yesterday, too, from, like, people that you would think would know better. Oh, Christian Watson only had 611 yards last year. Why would they give him this contract? Well, dig a little deeper and see if you can figure out why a smart organization would give away a contract like this.
73% of people think that the Packers wide receiver group of Watson, Golden, and Reed is underrated. And lastly, we have asked, is the Packers offensive line your biggest concern for the season? Chewy, we have talked about cornerback as well. Cornerback and pass rush without Micah Parsons. You're still on the offensive line bandwagon?
Yeah, they kind of carpet bombed defensive back, so they should find some players in that. Offensive line is thin and
unproven.
So we're going to find out, but they're important.
85% of people say yes, the offensive line is their biggest concern headed into the 2026 season. Wilde and Tausch is next on 94.5 ESPN Milwaukee. Have a great weekend, everybody.
Well, things are starting to wind down nicely. Southbound on 41, still a little bit heavy from Appleton Avenue to Capitol. Northbound from North Avenue up to Capitol Drive as well. Westbound 94 from 30th Street to Hawley Road. Eastbound from about Mitchell Boulevard to 35th. And westbound 894 backing up from about 20th Street all the way to Forest Home. Eastbound still clear. Traffic is brought to you by Badgerland Junk. Clear the clutter fast with simple, stress-free cleanouts. From single